secrets of ancient Egypt that will leave you speechless. The ancient Egyptians were a mysterious bunch. For centuries, they thrived in a civilization that continues to baffle historians and archaeologists. From their impressive architectural works to their peculiar burial practices, there's a lot about the Egyptians that we just don't understand. But some secrets are more intriguing than others. So join us as we reveal 10 secrets of ancient Egypt that will leave you speechless. 1. The Egyptian Empire extended beyond the Nile. Most people think of the River Nile when they hear the word Egypt, and yes, much of the country's history is tied to the river. But contrary to popular belief, the Egyptian Empire was not limited to the area around the Nile. During its territorial expansion under powerful rulers like Thutmose III and Ramses II, Egypt controlled lands as far away as Syria in the northeast and Nubia in the south. This vast empire stretched over 2,500 miles at its greatest extent. 2. There was a Queen of Sheba. The Queen of Sheba is mentioned in the Bible and Islamic tradition as a legendary monarch who traveled to Egypt to meet with King Solomon. However, historians have been unable to confirm her existence or the location of her kingdom. Some believe that the Queen of Sheba was a real historical figure who ruled over a powerful African empire. Others believe that she was a mythical figure created to represent the wealth and power of the Egyptian and Arabian kingdoms. The mystery surrounding the Queen of Sheba continues to fascinate historians and archaeologists today. 3. Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian. Despite being known as Cleopatra the Egyptian, she wasn't actually Egyptian. Cleopatra was born in the city of Alexandria, which at the time was part of the Greek Ptolemaic Empire. She was the last active ruler of this dynasty and the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Although she identified herself as an Egyptian and took on the traditional title of pharaoh, she didn't actually speak the Egyptian language and her mother tongue was Greek. 4. Akhenaten was the first monotheistic pharaoh. Akhenaten, formerly known as Amenhotep IV, was an Egyptian pharaoh of the 18th dynasty. He is best known for his religious revolution, which established a new sun god, Aten, as the supreme deity of Egypt. This made him the first recorded monotheistic pharaoh in history, although his successors would later restore traditional polytheism. Akhenaten's religious reforms had a profound impact on Egyptian society, and his legacy continues to be debated by historians and theologians today. 5. Egyptian priests kept livestock in the pyramids. The ancient Egyptians kept livestock in the pyramids. The largest pyramids served as tombs for the pharaohs, but they also housed animals such as cows, sheep, goats, and chickens. These animals were kept in the lower levels of the pyramid, which were used as storage rooms for food and other supplies. The meat from these animals was then used to feed the workers, who were building the pyramid, and the bones were thrown into the moat around the pyramid. This practice may seem strange to us today, but it was common in ancient Egypt. 6. The Sphinx wasn't built by Khufu. The Great Sphinx of Giza is one of the most famous monuments in the world. It is believed that it was built in the 4th century BC by the pharaoh Khufu, but recent evidence suggests that this is not true. A team of researchers from the University of Vienna has discovered that the Sphinx was most likely built by the pharaoh Khafre, who ruled from 2558 to 2532 BC. They based their conclusion on a small chapel found near the Sphinx that contains a statue of Khafre. 7. The Egyptian Book of the Dead is a collection of texts. The Egyptian Book of the Dead is a collection of religious texts that were used in funeral ceremonies. It contains spells, prayers, and incantations that were designed to help the deceased person's soul navigate the underworld and reach the field of reeds. The Book of the Dead is a fascinating example of ancient Egyptian culture and religion, and it provides valuable insights into their beliefs about the afterlife. 8. Ancient Egyptians enjoyed board games. Board games were popular in ancient Egypt and were enjoyed by people of all ages. The most popular game was called Senet, and it was played with a board made up of 30 squares. The object of the game was to move your pieces around the board and get them off before your opponent did. Another popular game was called Mayon, and it was played with a curved board and a number of pieces. The object of this game was to encircle your opponent's pieces and capture them. 9. Mummies weren't always wrapped in linen. Mummies were often wrapped in linen, but this wasn't always the case. In fact, some mummies were only wrapped in a simple piece of cloth. The most expensive mummies were those of the wealthy elite, and they would be wrapped in layers of linen and then covered with a layer of plaster. The cheapest mummies were those of the poor, and they would often only be wrapped in a single layer of linen. 10. There were female pharaohs. While most pharaohs were male, there were a few female pharaohs throughout history. The most famous female pharaoh was Hatshepsut, who reigned from 1478 to 1458 BC. She is believed to have been the first female pharaoh to rule over Egypt. Hatshepsut's legacy is a reminder that women have been leaders in ancient Egypt and have made significant contributions to its history. These are just a few of the many secrets of ancient Egypt that continue to baffle historians and archaeologists today. What are your thoughts on these amazing discoveries? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.